everyone, all the FCs, all of the Crador family. Good evening. Today is Crador 40th year anniversary. I'd like to extend my welcome to all the 40,000 people. 40,000 people, let's give Crador the biggest applause. We come from different countries. This topic is that we are different. We all come from different countries, different colored skin, different religions, different backgrounds. We come together for a common goal. This is to become Amway's Diamond and Crown Ambassador. I really oppose to Amway. I believe today in the audience there are many people are against Amway. There's how many people of us are automatic willing themselves to join Amway? I believe not many like this. Most people are somewhat opposed to Amway, including myself. My first time in 1979, I heard about Amway. My second older brother, when he shared to me, he says, I thought to myself, no. I thought to I thought I had to convince people, I pulled them in. I thought this was using other people. And so, at the time, I didn't think. I convinced him to quit Amway business. I believe that most people who first come across Amway, they don't want to join and they don't want to build a business because most of the time they were up against Amway. And over a few years, I convinced over 25 people to quit their business, But do you know why I gave up my university career and go and build an Amway business? What do I see from Amway? I saw Amway and other direct selling is different. I've realized that through Amway I can gain security and freedom. My entire life dream was to get security and freedom. I hope that I can work maybe 10 years, 20 years, and after I quit my job, I could still get my income. I believe that this is not only my dream, but many people's dream. Would you want security and freedom? Do you have this dream? You have this dream. I actually really also have this dream. But as much as this is my dream, but it's very difficult to achieve. Actually, in this whole world, only 8% of people can achieve this. I always was researching, is there an opportunity or an industry that can let me achieve freedom and security? And this is exactly why I joined Amway. I realized that through Amway business, I can achieve freedom and security. And because of this, I gave up my final year of university to go full force in the Amway business. And many people tell me, so many people, any business that you have quotas, you become a salesperson. I like this about Amway, that Amway doesn't have this. If there's any other business that can 5 years, 10 years and achieve freedom, I'll do it. And so it was very difficult. 7 months I only sold 1 bottle of shampoo. 2 years to become platinum. I still believe my dream. I will become Crown Ambassador. I believe that you're like me. If I can do it, you can do it. The second reason what I decided to build an Amway business is because Amway is your own business. Why do a lot of people don't want to build Amway? Because Amway, they think Amway is a salesman job. I can tell you. I give an example. If today you're an employee of Apple, your name, your title is an employee. Why is it employee? Because the market belongs to Apple and you get a salary, so you are an employee. If you are an Apple salesman, yeah, it's the same because the market belongs to Apple, not to you. You're still an employee. If you're a distributor of Apple, the market belongs to you, then you are the boss. But the product is Apple. Why are you the boss? Because the market belongs to you. Any industry where the market belongs to you, then you are the boss. I'm very confident of this, and I can tell you, if you build the business to platinum, to diamond, to Crown Ambassador, all of the market belongs to you, even your children and grandchildren. As long as the market belongs to you, you are the boss. All over the world, you cannot find a company that will give you the distribution rights to all of their products. But the market still belongs to you, but all the risk the company takes on. So when I joined Amway, I was very proud. I could distribute the whole world's best company, but keep the market for my children and grandchildren. I believe now you are like us, like me. I believe that we're very, very lucky. We want to thank Amway and bear all the risk, including the administration, the manufacturing, all of the risks they take on. We are responsible for building the market. Amway takes on all of these risks. Let's give a big round of applause to Amway Company. The most important thing I would like to share with everyone, I can make my own decisions. When I can make my own decisions, many jobs, my decisions are made by my superior, my supervisor. Whether I get a promotion, how much I get paid. But Amway, I make my own decisions. I am in control. If I want to go diamond in 3 years, if I want to become diamond in 1 year, I am the master of my destiny. I get to choose, I get to decide. When you can decide yourself and control of your own future, you become more confident. You can control your future. You can control your destiny. You set your own goals. I am determining my own future. I make my own plans. I control myself. I believe we are very, very lucky. When you meet Amway, don't think too small. Dream big. One day you'll stand upon this stage and shine like a diamond. Through this Amway business, I'd like to share something else that attracts me. Another thing that makes Amway different. A lot of people join Amway, but they don't succeed. But I can tell you, the leadership is very important. I'm very lucky because through Crador, I see Crador's integrity and the respect and these values. I often hear from Mr. Fu. We have to respect our prospects. We have to respect everyone. when we share our products or when we share our business opportunity, it doesn't matter if they want or not. We need to respect them. We cannot force them or pressure them into buying or to joining this business. Amway is always their own business. We respect them. If they don't want, we can stay friends. We can build Amway business and we're still proud. We don't need to beg for other people's approval. We often hear this from Mr. Fu and Van Andel and Jay. As long as you have love, keep it simple. If you like it, share it with the people that are around you. If you like the plan, share it with the people around you. Whether they want to build it or not, it's their own choice. So I can do this is because these values are deeply ingrained in me. And it's the same with Mr. Chan and Mr. Fu. We're all part of Crador's family. If you want to clap, clap. Everyone, let's do this together. We can succeed together. Enjoy together. Applause together. The other part that we don't keep lots of stock to stock up, or we don't use money to buy pins. A lot of people will say, "Oh, Amway cannot do. You can because you use money to buy pins." Many people will ask Fu, "Mr. Fu, I'm 8,000 PV. 12,500 is 21%. Can I buy the rest?" Mr. Fu always says, "You buy this month, what happens next month? You buy next month, what happens to the month after that? How much money do you have? What happens after that?" Amway doesn't, you can't do it by buying all the products to reach your pin. Amway business is built through step by step by step. Amway said you can keep a little bit of stock, but you cannot go against the rules, the code of conduct. 30% rule. You can do it this month, but if after 2 months you still cannot sell, then don't go to the pin. A few years ago, as Amway's volume in China was dropping, they asked me to make a speech. I said, I don't. He says, now that you've dropped, I said I don't know how to say this topic because my business has never dropped. The third point is independent but not lonely. When I started building my business, I told four experts to say, "Hey, can you help me share OPP?" And ask my upline to share, "Hey, can you help me?" My upline said to me, "If I show you, I help you OPP, who's going to help me?" So everyone needs to do by themselves. If you want your upline to share your OPP, if I ask you my upline, they'll ask their upline, their upline will ask Fu, and Fu will ask Rich DeVos. And so I thought to myself, if I ask Rich and Day, I prefer to speak for myself. Because we must learn to become independent. Because success comes from you. Success is yours. If you want to succeed, you have to be responsible. You have to grow yourself. That's how you become successful. I love Crador's philosophy to become better, change for the better. So in my segment, in my session, everyone is amazing leaders from all different industries. So first, I'd like to introduce my first speaker. He's a very quiet man who's rational, built and pursued a great career to the top of his career, and had built his own business very successfully. Such a smart person and such an experienced person is very difficult to convince. So let's invite him to share with us why he choose Amway to build his lifelong career. Let's please welcome to the stage Mr. Guo Hongbing. Oh, Qianjing, sorry.
来自于全球城冠的家人们，晚上好。
Crador family members from all over the world, good evening.
22年前，
22 years ago,
我那时候自己在做生
I
意，
was doing my own business.
我的上线
My upline
告诉我说，
told me
有一个生意你可以
there's a
去做
good business opportunity,
不
you
用
can
花
do
钱
it. No
不用
investment,
投资
no
什么都
money
不用，你只要
nothing.
愿意跟他合作，
if you just want
未来
to cooperate
你
with
跟
them,
你老婆两个人
you and your wife
出国旅游
will travel
坐
all over the
头等
world
舱什么
in
都不
business
要
class
你
or
花
first
费
class,
一切都
not
搞
on your
定
expense.
你这么
Everything
做
will be done
我说
by
天底
them.
下没有这样的事情，因为我曾经在军工企业
I don't
在
believe
自己
such
的
thing.
在中外合资企业
I used to
然
work
后
in
又自己
many
在做
different
生意
businesses,
我认为这怎么可能
joint
所以
ventures.
带着
I
这
don't
样
think
的
it's
一个疑问
possible.
在22年前
So I started
去考察
to
安利的这个
inve-
可行
to
性的时候
investigate
到广州
such a
去看
feasibility
当我
study.
们在营业大厅里
in
面
Guangzhou.
去考察去看的时候就看到
When I
了
went to
有一个
investigate,
政
when I
策
visited their
上面
company,
写着
corporate
安利
office,
产品满意保证制度
I saw a
即
guarantee
使
for
你
the
用过的产
quality,
品
product
也
quality.
可以
Even
只要你不
you
满意
use the
也可
product,
以退我们就在想
if
说
you're not
这
satisfied, you
怎么
can still
可
return
能
the product.
你都用过了
How can it
你还
possible?
说要
You have
想
already
退还
used
要
the
退
product
给
and
我
you can
这是
still
在
return the
22
product?
年前我认为这不可
22 years ago, I don't
所
think
以我们
it's
想
I
证
don't
实
think
这
it's
个事情
true.
是真的吗
I want to prove it.
我们就在那儿等着
We
去看看
waited.
真的会发生这
If
样的
it
事情
really
当真的事情
happens.
发生的时候
When
真
it
的
really
有人拿着
happens,
这
when
些产
someone
品
really
已经用
came
过
with
的
the used
然
the
后他退的时
products
候
to
简单地
return,
办了一个手续
it's
就
very
结束
simple
了
procedure.
让我说
Eh?
这是真
I
的
was wondering. It's
在
true,
安
huh?
利
So
在
Amway,
这个安利事业上，它所提供的是优良的机会和
they
优质
can
的产品。
Amway, they provide
它凭借
a
什
great
么可以这
opportunity
样
and
坚持
great
去做
products.
唯一的一
What
个
makes them
就是
doing
诚
this?
信如果没
The
有
only
诚
thing
信
is
说
integrity,
出来的话却不能做
commitment.
到
If
绝
they
对
don't
不
keep
可
their
能
words,
坚持发展到今
the
天的
company
事情
cannot continue to grow for 60 years.
那么今天我们想，
And today,
安利这么好，
we're
我
thinking,
如何去把它做
Amway is
到
so
呢？
good. How
如
can
何
we
做
make
好
it?
并且要做
How
大
can we
还要长
succeed?
长久久
And how can we develop
我们
the
在城
business
关
in
的
a
这个大家
sustainable
庭
way?
当中
In Crador family, my wife and I
深受傅先生和陈冠许多前辈的影响
trained, if influenced by many leaders like Mr.
如
Fu
果
and others.
你想把
They
安
told
利事业
Mr. Fu
真
told
正
me
地
many
做
times,
大
if you
做
really
得
want to
长
grow the
久，而
business
且
big,
一直可以永续
strong,
经营下
and
去
long enough,
首先要靠的就是必须建立一个正确的理念。
the first
一
thing
个好的
first
行为是由
is the
思想
right
来决定
idea,
而思
the right
想是你的
thinking,
认知你的
the
思维
right
决定。
mentality
如果这些理念是
decides
正确的，无论未来
how
市
you
场
run your
发生什么样
business.
的变
No
化
matter how
你
the
都会
business,
坚
the
持
market
不懈
changes,
在
you will
中国
continue grow your business.
98年之前都出现
In
过
China, before
恶意的有
1998,
组织地进行退货
it
大量的
happens,
这样退货而安利
you
公
know,
司依
organized
然坚持
return
满意
by
保证
many
那
malicious
这种思想这种理念
organizations.
坚持使
But
它可以
Amway
在全世
always
界得到发展
continue.
而我们要做安利怎么样可以做到呢
And how can we make it?
傅先生的
So
这些
in
教导给
Crador,
了我们很大的启
Mr. Fu's advices and instructions
如
like
果
this
我们要
give
想
us
做
a lot
好
of
我们就必
inspirations.
须要去建立稳健的一个顾客
We
群
need to build
而我们要想
our
建立稳
solid
定的顾
customer
客群
base.
忠实的顾客我们必须让自己能够成为一个优质的顾客成为一个
So
忠
first
实
of
的顾
all,
客
we have to
真的
be
认为安利产品
ourselves
很
a
好
loyal
你才
customer.
可以去告
We
诉
use the
别人
products
己
well,
所
we know
不
product
语
well,
之
then
语
we can tell and share with others about
傅
those
先生说
products.
如果
Mr. Fu said, if your customer first time accept your product, you don't think your sales is done. Only when them come back to you for a second purchase, you are successful in your sales. So I want to say, how can we start? We start with ourselves. We use the products, all of us, everybody in the family. Amway says you run the business with commitment, with integrity. Crador also encourage integrity. So we will just tell everybody, share people our true experience with products. Today, after 22 years, all the family members, 4 generations now, my 93-year-old father is still healthy, very fast, quick thinking, and he's still following the stock market. He's still very smart, still very quick. And this is thanks to Nutrilite. Now our son and his wife are Q12 direct distributor. We run our business with integrity. Crador's idea guides us to build a business with sustainability that can pass on to our generations and generations. We believe that Crador will create a better future. We will work even harder to make Crador even stronger, and make our partners to be happier. All the best to all of you. Thank you. Let's thank Tianjin, FC Tianjin. Integrity can attract talent. With talent, we can grow our business in a sustainable way. Next one will be a doctor. Doctors are very cautious. Yeah, because the doctor's decision can decide life or death for a person. What attracts him to come to Amway? Let's welcome FC Hong Xianming, a doctor, to come to the stage. Respectful Mr. Fu, all the Crador families, good evening. I'm from China. Hong Xianming is my name. I was a doctor. My upline talked to me over 10 times. I said no, and asked him why you continue talking to me like this. He said, I don't really believe that you will join Amway. So I keep on talking to you to practice myself. And I remember afterwards, Mr. Fu told me, if you don't want it, you don't give it to the others. If you don't like the products, don't share with others. I was 1.73 meters. I was very slim, less than 40 kilos. And my sister always said, you're so slim and nobody wants to see you as a doctor. I have stomach problem. I always take medicine, but it doesn't really work. Many doctors were sitting there when Mr. Koo was there talking about Amway. He was really good. Let's give him applause. And after doctors like me, many doctors like me believed, so we decided to take Nutrilite. And after 1 week, my stomach is better. And after 1 month, I gained 3 kilos. And after taking Nutrilite, a slim monkey, tiny, bony monkey like me becomes a handsome boy. Then I naturally share with others the effect. Actually, if you want to do us good sales, you have to share the products sincerely. You have to be honest, like Mr. Fu said. When I just started Amway, I heard many people say, Nutrilite doesn't use fertilizer, don't use any chemical products. I couldn't believe it. And afterwards, I went to Amway farm, Nutrilite farm. I really see that they don't use any chemicals and fertilizers like that. So I think the company like that, they do what they say what they do is a good company with integrity. The Crador team is also like that. So I made a decision to quit a job and become Amway ABO till today. My team used to have a lot of doctors. At the beginning, they refused because doctors had good income and doctors are very busy. And all the doctors don't go to patients. You never see a doctor knock doors for patients. And after we discuss with them about Amway and Crador value, they found it different, so they started with us. They joined Amway. Yeah, some of them has experienced great changes of their health after using Nutrilite. So actually, they realized that to do Amway is not to beg people, it's actually to help people. So then, after that, they come to join us and put all the effort. All Crador families, if you really make a decision and join and to learn, you will succeed. All the best to you all. Thank you. Let's thank Mr. Hong Xianming. Whatever you are, whoever you are, a professional or not, if you want to help others, share with others with integrity, you will succeed. Next one I will introduce you is very different too. These two are professionals, and others will think, how can I succeed as a normal, ordinary people? Some of them complain even about their parents, why I'm so short. But this speaker is very different. If even you are very, very ordinary, I can also succeed as a FC. Let's welcome Mr. FC Wu Gang to tell you how an ordinary person can succeed and become an FC. Mr. Fu and everybody, good evening. I come from origin of Shaolin Kung Fu. Yeah, I saw the Thai boxing just now. Yeah, I want to show you two things. First, when you Google a keyword, security. And second, a salesperson of ice cream. Third word, a hot pot salesperson. Can you imagine? Do you know anyone like that around you? If you can imagine that, you will know definitely that they are a very ordinary person. If you put these three rows together, you will come to a conclusion that this is a very, very extremely ordinary person. And if this person was 22 years old, this is a young person with dream. This was me. I always
之所以我把我定位
say
成
that
第一层，
I'm
我也很感谢我的
from a
领导
low
陈大发
grass
他第一次见我的时候，我做了高级经理，
level.
他给我了一句忠告，
I became a
也是一句
diamond.
鼓励的话，
Once when I
他说
became
你
a
要看
diamond,
书，
a
他也
senior
不知道我
leader
的学
told
历，他
me
也不
you
了解
need
我的
to
过去。
read
然
more.
后在安利
He
事业
didn't
当
know
中，
anything about
每
my
年我
past.
保持看50
So
本以上的书
I
的这
keep
个速
reading
度，
more than 50 books
来
every
在这个
year.
大家庭里面融合。
I try
一个
to
平凡的人，
integrate
一
myself
个
into
普通
this
的人，
system.
有这么样一个
An
角
ordinary
色，
person,
他怎么和今天站在台上的
how can
FC
he
这
match
两个
the
画面如果并
FCs?
联在一起的时候，你会发
today
现有点不可思议。
You find it
我今天所
incredible
展示的这两个画
to
面，
put
目
these
的就
two
是展
persons
示
to
我
figure
们
together.
陈冠不一样。
I just want to tell you one thing that Crador,
它可以
we are
让
different.
高层人士变得更加的优秀，也可以
It can
让
help
普通的人士
Excellent
同样
people to
可以
become
变得
even
优
better.
秀。
And it can also help ordinary people to become excellent.
第一次走进安利的课堂，我怀着忐忑的心情，
First time when
但
I
是迎接我
when
的不
came
是对
into
我身份
Amway
的不屑一
class,
顾，而是
they
一个
welcomed
个
me.
鼓励的眼神，
They didn't
热
look
情的
down
双手
upon me.
让我这
They
个漂
gave
泊在
me
外的人突然
warm
明白
hugs
把自己内
and
心
shake
的
my
不安
hand with
放了下
a
来，
lot of
有了一种做安利的冲动。
enthusiasm.
当
I had
普
the
通人
I
的
had the
平
passion.
凡
I had a
和成
impulse
冠
to
的
do the
尊重
business because of
相
that.
遇时，我决定在安利事业里面成功。
When an
我决定
ordinary
在
people
安
like
利成
me
冠大家庭里
came
面
across
发
a
光
warm
发热。
family like that, environment like that, I want to
后来
succeed here.
在一次
And
演讲
after
当
that,
中，傅先生说，
I heard in
我
one
们
of
要
the
帮助
speech
别人学会
of
帮助
Mr.
他自己。
Fu, he said,
他还说
we will
加
learn, we
入
should
陈
learn to
冠
help
你一
others to
定
help
要成
themselves.
为冠军。
Be a Cradle member, you will
而
learn
平
to
凡具
become
有
a
内涵的语
champion.
言启发了我的
These
思考。
words has inspired me.
为什么呢？
Why?
因为一个创业者
Because an
在
entrepreneur,
初期的时候要面对创业的艰辛，
at the beginning of his
还要
startup,
在跌宕起伏
has
的
to learn
过程
and
中
facing
孤独地去
difficulties
总结经验，
and learn
而
to
加入陈冠
think
事业，你就可以获得陈冠独立工作的能力。
And you,
这些经
with
验
Amway, you
在
will
陈冠
learn
的
to be
大咖面前
independent.
他都可以无私的给到我们每一个普
And
通人。
everybody,
我们不需要为
every
创业
leader
而去操心
will
能力
teach
的
us
问
how
题
to succeed.
我们
We
在
don't
战
worry
略上
about that.
有部署，在战术上
Yeah,
有
the
支
leaders
撑
will help
这
us
就是
on strategy,
是陈
on
冠里面
tactics.
一员。如果我把傅先生比作画家的话，而
And if
我
I
就是陈冠大家庭的作品。谢谢各位，我能做
If
到。大
Mr.
家也
Fu
能
is
做
a
到
painter,
因为
I
我
am
们
a
陈冠
work of
不一
Cradle.
样
I
谢谢
can make it and everybody can make it.
FC
Thank you.
我们再次
We
给
are
他们
different.
啊
Thanks to
世上
Mr.
只有
Hu Gang
妈妈好，每一个妈妈都希望她子女成才。
every
所以
mom
接下来我要介绍这位妈妈
wishes
呢，为了孩子的未来，希望能够
their
给孩
kids
子
to
送到更好的
succeed.
大学，有足够的
And this
经济
mom
经济能力，然后依然
wishes to
地
send
做
her
管理
kids
让我们
to the best school.
热烈掌声
And this,
欢迎伟大
let's
的妈妈
welcome a great
FC
mother,
陆永
FC
基
Lu Yongju.
陈冠的家人们
Cradle
大
family
家好
members,
我是
good evening.
陆永基
I'm Lu
来
Yongju
自于中国。
from China.
曾经我是一家企业的
I
财务
was
主
a financial
曾经的我
manager,
除了
director
上
in a
班
company.
我有一份特别的
I
爱好
had a
喜欢打
hobby
牌
to play
一个偶
mahjong.
然的机会
An
我的
occasion,
牌友向我介绍了安利事
my
业
mahjong friend told me about Amway.
我决定给女儿洗泡泡浴
I like the product. I like the body shampoo for my daughter,
我
so I
发
bought the
现弄
product.
得好一年要赚1000万
And after studying the marketing plan, I
我动
found
心了
probably I can
我想要是我成功了我可以
I
把
can
孩
make
子送
10
到
million
国外
RMB
学
a
习
year.
而
So
且
if I
还可以
succeed,
孝
I can
敬
send
父
my
母
daughter
照顾
to
家
good
人
good school, and I can
一
take
转
care
眼
of my family,
22
my
年过期
parents.
了我
After
真的做
20
到
years,
了
I
我
made
的
it.
孩子也已经从美
And
国
my
学成
daughter
功
has
了
already returned from study in the US. She
先
is
后
really
在
very
两
good.
家全球500强企
She has
业
worked in
担任管理的工作
500 global companies.
然后一次偶然的机会
And once,
在1年半以前
one year and a half ago, FC Hongxiaoming has suggested us to go to Philippines for a visit. So I said, okay. I invited my daughter to be my translator. We met local Filipinos. Their house is like 5 hours by car from Manila. And my daughter didn't agree to go there. Probably she thought that I was already successful enough and too old to go to Philippines. But we went there. She followed me. And we met Mr. Fu. And he was so successful already. And he's still there on the front line working with everyone. This has touched me. I decided to challenge myself. Since then, we went to this strange place. Every morning till night, I did 4 or 5 meetings. We did meetings in the house of a dog, of chickens, of lambs and ox. We didn't give up. In Philippines, we saw how Mr. Fu works. And from his sharing, we know that this is Crador's spirit. No fear of challenge. I followed Mr. Fu. I went to the strange place. With my effort, I found my daughter has witnessed the change of our partners. And she saw that their life has changed. And they have changed their mindset. It shocked my daughter. She thought Amway is so magic, such a magic and so great. It could help yourself to succeed. And you can also help others from ordinary to extraordinary. So coming back to China, my daughter starts to love Amway. In the past year, 1 year, she reached Q12 Platinum. This is Amway. This is a different Crador. It helps our next generation to see the success and help ourselves to succeed even better. This Crador spirit is continuous effort facing challenge. So at the end, I want to thank everybody, every leaders, all the partners that come along with me. And I want to thank Mr. Fu, our big leader. Crador will become, for sure, better and better. Thanks to FC Lu Yongju. This is another example of successful life in all dimensions, not only by themselves, but also for their kids. Let's give a round of applause to FC Lu Yongju. The next speaker. We would like to invite another FC. He was very successful in commercial community. Let's welcome Mr. FC Guo Hongbin. Hello everyone. Crador family members, good evening. 22 years, I was very young, 28 years old. running my own successful business, exporting business. I had a very envious income for all my old classmates. But I was lucky enough to come across Amway, and even more luckily, I entered a Crador family. That I become a family member with all of you here. After more than 20 years of effort, I know what is Amway, what is entrepreneurship, and I know who I am. 20 years ago, I was a businessman. In 20 years, I always see Amway as from a businessman's point of view. To me, top-class enterprise always successful because of talents. If they are successful in keeping talents, they can be successful. And top companies, they don't really operate based on talents. They operate based on great culture. That's why they can become top. That's why 20 years ago, when I was 28, all my friends, or 6 friends, partners are over 20. When I was believing, if we work hard enough, we can sell some products and sponsor some people. That's not a big problem. But if we want to build a great Amway business, it's not that easy. And those 20-year-old young guys, they're all successful today. Diamond, double diamond, or even more. And we have understood what we thought we understand, like respect, integrity, cooperation, independence, and challenge. Before we joined Amway, we thought we know these already. Coming to Crador, we realized that we didn't really understand these. Thanks to Crador, that we learned. Today in my team, there's still a lot of young people, very active. They were called new human beings. They were called after 80s, after 90s. They're different than us. They love to challenge. They love to be different. When I communicate with them, they're really excellent. They run their own cafe, bar, restaurant, studio, dancing team, or singer. These young people, they have labeled themselves different and came into Amway, came into Crador, and guided by the Amway and Crador spirit and value, they found themselves differently than their peers. They found their main track of their life. And they discovered the soul of their own business. The 3S, sales, sponsor, and service, is like your Kung Fu, but the Crador value is like the true philosophy and true idea of Kung Fu. With this idea, different idea, and different value, and different vision, and different culture of Crador, I believe that every you of the 40,000 audience, because of Crador, every one of us will have a different future. All the best. Let's see Guo Hongbin, the last one I want to introduce you, who witnessed the development in Taiwan, and who can tell you Crador idea doesn't start today. It started long time ago, and it's getting even better. Let's welcome FC Mr. Chen Laifa. Mr. Chen Laifa on stage. you.
谢谢谢谢谢谢，
Thank you.
非常非常的开心。
Very, very happy.
这是我第2次来到这个会
This
场。
is my second time to be here in this hall.
这么多的安利的伙伴们，
Today, so many Amway
我看到你们，
partners,
我
friends.
内心里面
When I see
就热
you,
血沸腾。
I feel so excited.
我看到的是未来
I see future,
大的潜能的激
a
发
bigger potential of
创
future.
造的机会。
Amway
城
created
在
an
这里发
opportunity,
扬光大。
and
我
Crador
们每一个人
has made
来
it
到这个
even
世界上
better,
你不是
make
白
us
走一道，你可以创造你的辉
make
煌。
us
因为
come into this
那么多
world
都做见证
to
了
create something. Now we can witness.
时间一分一秒过去，随
More
时随地
importantly,
都可
time
能创造
passing
历史
by. Time passing
但
by.
是有一些事情，它必须要经过时间的检验。
Something has to be proven by time.
安利
Amway
已经几十
has
年、
been over decades, 6 decades.
40年、
Crador 4 decades,
40年来，
40 years.
有多少人加入？有
How
多少
many
人离
people
开
joined? How many people left?
有多少人成功了？
How many people
有很多
succeeded?
的人他可能
How
就
many
消失了
people failed?
这些的变动当中，还
In
能
these
够留
changes,
下一群人。
Still, a
这
group
群
of
人
people remained.
在未来，我相信
This group of
成
people
功
in the
率是
future,
绝对最高的。
they will have a highest
我经历过。
success rate.
我觉得案例很简单。
I think Amway is very
我觉得
simple.
安利的前辈这些人真的很了不起。
These Amway leaders are so wonderful,
在1985
amazing.
年，
In 1985, I started to look at Amway. I felt
这个生意
this
跟
business,
我做贸易，我觉得
comparing
差别太大
to my exporting business, it's very
那个
different.
是因
Trading
为
business.
我没有去了解整个安利的文化，
I didn't
整
go
个
to
安
study,
利它
go
这
through
个
the
制度的完美性。
the culture of Amway and all the
慢慢地
marketing plan.
有机会
And gradually,
去把它翻了以后，引
I
起
went
我的好奇
through all this, and I was
我连
curious.
夜的几个晚上
I studied
就
it
把它
all
研究，就把它盘点
night
出来
after
我
night,
才发现，
and I
我发现了一个
discovered
宝库。
I discovered a
在那个时
treasure
候
island.
我决定要做的时候，
I
其实
decided to
我也
do
没有
it.
很大的信心
I。was not
我觉
confident
得
at
我的
that
口才
time
不好
when I decided.
我可以写，但是要讲是我的弱
I
点。
can write, but to speak
当我
is
碰
not
到
my strength.
很多的这些问题的时候，
When
我
I
想一些
realized these
问题
points,
我
questions,
自己想
problems,
象的一些问题，我怎么
I
去解
imagined
决
a lot of problems for myself. How I solved the problems.
非常开心，非常高兴，非常非常的幸运。
But very, very
城关的
lucky,
市
I'm
场
very happy
它就
that
是
Crador
敞开了。
is open.
在当时，
At that
我没有
time,
在傅先生的
I was
中
not
心学习，我的上手领导人很早就
I was
鼓励
not in in Mr. Fu's
都是你
center
的。
because my upline was already
是
independent.
台湾可能有一点传统，比较大男人。
Because I'm a
所以
Taiwanese,
我虽然
following the Taiwanese tradition, I'm quite
觉
a
得
man
安利不错
chauvinism.
但是我觉得进入那个会场，我就觉得浑身不自
But
在。
whenever I step into the meeting hall, I felt
叫
uncomfortable.
做侯雅玲，我非
My
常非常的感谢他，
Leader,
因为他似乎看出来，
I
所以呢，
want to,
他就
I'm very thankful to her. She might
他
have
很有爱
seen
心，经常
through
送
me.
烤蛋糕给我。
She always give me some cakes, very
但
nice
是我进会场
person.
我是心理障碍。
And when I step into the
他
meeting,
看出来
always I
他告
feel
诉我
awkward.
我的
So she
他的介
saw
绍
me clear.
香港一个高级经理，他是一个国际的
And a diamond from Hong
这个
Kong
国际会计师执照的，全世界
with
各个国家
a
签证都
CPA license,
他是一个高级经理，是个钻石。
a diamond leader,
介绍我让他认识，
was introduced to me by her.
我非常的感谢他。
I want to thank
因
her
为
too.
从见了他以后，他就肯定的告诉我
Because after I'm
真的
meeting
吧
her,
Gary，你
she
一
told
定
me,
可以做
Gary,
到钻石
you can do it. You will
我心里
succeed.
面听了，过去吧。
I heard
告
it.
诉我，你要成功很重要，
She said, very important to succeed.
你要看
If you want to
将
succeed,
来这个市场能够有多大的规
you
模。
have to look at the potential of this market.
他说，他为了考察案例，
In
他
order
自己
to
去到了雅达城
investigate
考察这个
Amway,
所
she
以他
spent
说的都是实实在在。
money to
因为
go
我
to
必须用英文
US
跟他沟通，
for an investigation on her own cost.
但是我在想，我能成
I
功
was
吗？
thinking, I was still thinking, wondering, if I could succeed. She saw my hesitation
他就悄悄地
and
买了
she
一本
whispered, I don't know.
送给我。
She sent me
那一本书当时没有翻
she
译
sent me
The
a
Magic
book.
of Thinking Big。
The Magic of Thinking
现
Big.
在你们可以买得到的叫《大思想的传奇》。
Yeah, if you can buy this
他告
book,
诉我，
The Thinking of
从
Magic
思想
Big,
改
The
变
Magic of Thinking Big.
他告诉我从思想改变
This told me change
我
starts
看了那
with your
本书
mentality.
我觉得对我的帮助非常的大，
I read the book
因为我觉得很多是因为我们的
and I
思想
know
其实我们的思想的来源很多。
many times it's
今天我
because
要
of
讲
our
的一个主题
thinking.
叫传承。
My topic is inherited. We are very lucky.
安利城冠里面有
In
非
Crador,
常好的
We have a very
你
good
在内心世界的，你对你自己个人的，你想要成功，它带给你的这些的能量，
very good
大
s-
思想的神
source of energy
建立
to give you, to empower you.
每一个人都一样，不是成功的人他
Everybody is the
就是在这
same.
种条件
Not those successful
这些
person
是可以
has
改变的
condition, good conditions to
只要
succeed.
你愿意去接受你一定可以改变。我另外，我要再感谢郭雅玲，
I want to
因
thank
为
her
是
again.
她，我碰到了一些问题，请教她，她说我没有办法
When
帮
I
你
went
解决。
to her
陈冠田
for
要到台北来
solutions when I have problems, she told me,
你去找他，
I don't
我
have
帮你介
solutions
绍
for you.
是
You
他
go to
引
see
进了
Mr.
我
Chen
去
Guantin.
见了
Yeah.
陈冠田
He will
女
come
士
to Taiwan.
单独地跟他见面。
So I met
我碰到的问题
Mr.
是
Chen Guantin
我的
alone.
伙伴们，他坚持要上营长，我觉得他差得太远，但是他觉得要，他认为我是不让他上，我要上红宝石，这是不是有冲突？在
Yeah.
这种情况之下，他就告诉我，他要上，我急了。
Said he
我没
wanted
办
to
法
be
找侯亚林的时候，他告诉我，他也没办法。
successful. He wanted to be a
陈
platinum,
老板
but he was too far away from it.
到了台北，让我单独去见他。我单独去
And
见他，把
when
这
Chen
个情况告诉
Guantin
他的
came
时
to
候
Taiwan,
问陈老板，你
I
说
was
该怎么
sent
办
alone
陈老
to
板
see
说
him. I asked him, how can I do it? How can I make it to
他说
succeed
我要
quick?
上就上了，
If I succeed, if I go platinum or not?
掉下来就掉下来啊。
And asked him, how
我
can
说
I
他如果不上呢，
achieve
不让他上他就不干
platinum?
不知道
He
怎么
said,
办那
of
不上
course
就
you
不
can
上了。
go. What if it drops?
我
Then
问
let
这
it
话是
drop,
白问了
he answered. But what if I don't go for it? Said, okay, then you don't go for
这
it.
是每一个人自己的事业。
So he said, this is your own
各位，
business.
记住，
You
这
decide
是
if
最
you go
重
for
要的
platinum or
核
not.
心。安利是每一个人自己的事业，
The core is Amway is your own
不是你来
business.
主宰。OK，当然
Of
更
course,
感谢的是
I want to thank,
郭雅玲，她制造了机会让我
I thank her, my leader,
呃
to create opportunity for me
薪资
to
月
send
刊，她是故意
the
创造机会
magazine
就是我刚刚在讲的，我的上手领导人朱信宇先
to
生的
my
钻石的专刊，然后
to
他
my
就
leader.
说你送到傅先生，
Oh, you send this magazine to Mr. Fu.
你想想看，哟，
She
那
asked me
时
to
候
send this magazine to Mr. Fu. I was very nervous and
让我
anxious.
送过去，我
He was so
当时又
successful.
紧张又害
I
怕
was very nervous and
当
afraid.
我去的时候，
When I went there, knocked at the
我
door,
还是有点心急，但是我的成
I was
功欲望
afraid.
逼迫我，让我想
but
到
I was
我还是
pushed
不错
by
后
my
来
desire
我
to
觉得
succeed.
该不该？但是最后我决定了，鼓起勇气
And I
敲门铃的。
gather all my strength to knock at the door because I want to
带了两个
succeed.
录音带，一个
I
是
brought
20
with
分
me
钟一个是
two
90分钟
tapes.
我就
One
想
is
让我
60
去
minutes, one is 90 minutes.
按了门铃，傅先生开门
I rang the bell.
问我，我自我介绍，我说国外
I
的
introduced myself.
哦，拿
I gave the
我
magazine
就
to
或
Mr.
者
Fu.
鼓起勇气，我有没有可不可以请
And
教
I
一些问
said,
题
Can I
他
ask a
迟
few
疑了一下
questions?
迟疑了一下子哎进来吧
Yeah, come inside, he
一进
said.
去我还问他我可不可以录音
I said, Can I
他就笑
record?
笑那代表可以啦
And she smiled. He smiled.
我问我用60分钟还是90分钟
Do I
他
use
笑笑
60 minutes
那
or
我就自
90
作主
minutes?
张了这机会
And
太
he
难了
smiled.
但是我也有个
And
坚
I
持
made my own decision.
就在那个时候90分钟，当录
To
音
record
照
90
起来的
minutes
时候，我就
When the 90 minutes finished,
那一场
I said
是
thank you.
奠定了我在
That
安利里面的
discussion
基本的观念以及发展的方向的最关键的时刻。
founded the base of my Amway business.
我觉得
I felt
因为他告诉
so
我是
happy,
正确
so lucky. He told me 4x4 rules. All of us know 4x4.
但是你是不是真正想要成
But do you
功啊
really want to succeed?
如果你真正
If
想
you
要
really
成功
want to
这些东西
succeed,
是绝对的宝，绝对是你最重要
these
你下
are
个奖衔的一个法则
really the best tool to succeed
在你的能力的范围之内，
within your capacity. You can
你
succeed.
要去有这个专业的能力，
You need
你要有
expertise,
成
know-how,
功者的心态，
and you
你
need
要
a
有
success
对
mentality
人
to
的感
succeed.
觉等
You
等
need to
这些
have
怎么来的？
feeling towards
只要
people.
你愿意，你都可以锻炼出来。但是离不开你的上所领导人
But all
以及
this
我们整个
cannot
城管给你的这些的传承，传承的这些的意义跟价值，那是
You have to
无法
inherit
计算
inherit
因为它已经是
from your
存在的，
leaders,
不需要
from
你
your
自己
uplines, the good
想破了脑子
idea, these
去
all these
想我要
know-how.
怎么做，这一些是现成的。城
All
管
these
积
are
累
already
的最大
there.
的财富
This
无
are
尽的
this is
财富
our
在每一
asset.
个领导人身上，就是他具备这些条件。
All the leaders have all these assets on them.
愿意的话，你
If you
一
really
定
want
可
to
以学习
succeed,
得到
you can learn
你
from
一
them.
定可以让自己做更大的一些突破。你
You
想
can
做得到
challenge yourself.
我相信城管的理念，城管
If you believe
带给
in
你的
Crador
就是
value,
第一个安全，第二个
first is security.
第三个，他经过
Safety
那么长的时间的考验，有那么多的成功的人士，都是在这个摇篮里面。
And this is a cradle for success.
我喜欢从一开始，我觉得接受的这些
I
东西
liked
都
it
是
from the very
人性
beginning
我觉得
because
我
I know,
不是
I
一个人
felt
才
myself, I see myself as a talent. But I
优化自己
coming to Cradle, I want to
做好你
learn
自
to be
己
even
你
better.
将来你会让人
Everybody,
因为
be a better
你的
you,
未来
be the
无
best
可
you.
限量
Your future is unlimited. Trust yourself. You can do it.
一起
Let's
在城管的顶峰。
meet each other on the top.
我们谢
OK
谢发言。
Thank you, Mr. Chen Laifang.
最后，我跟大家分享一
At
个
last,
事实。我在
I'm going to
前
share with
好多
all of
年前
you.
我问过安利的高
I
层，
asked
美国的高层，
Amway
我说你们
executives,
有大数据，你们
do you
各种
have
资源
number
你有没有去
data?
调查所有
Have you
不同
done
的
any
系统
research
不同的网络他们
in
的
different
做法
system, in
有什
different
么
groups,
特
in
别
different
可以
teams?
帮助到我们
What's
将来发展得
the
很好？
specialty of them? What's the
他告诉我一
expertise?
个事实，
Amway told
各
me
施各法，各有
every
优
team
点
has their
各
own
有
strengths
长
and
处
weaknesses.
城管唯一不一样的地方就是，
The
只要
Cradle is
城
different
管的人
because
多的地方，生意就会稳，问题就
whenever
很少。
Cradle people,
这
there are a lot
个
of
是一
Cradle
种现
people,
象。
the market is more stable.
就像我们今天
grow
的主
longer,
题
grow
The
stronger.
Great
Very
Phenomenon
stable
就
business
是
there.
伟大的一种现象。
This great phenomenon
这种现
is
象
the
不
phenomenon.
是那个偶然的
It's
这个
not
是必
a
然的
coincidence.
通过城管的交易
It's
系
a
统
must.
通过城管的正确的
It's
经
a
营方法
destiny
通过
because
城管的整个
Cradle
积
has
极
run the business
正能量
in
的
the
那
right
个
way
环境
because we
造
have a
就了
positive
这个
environment.
现象
This phenomenon
我们身为
is
城管人
done,
我们
is
骄傲
created by all the proud Cradle people. After 40 years, Cradle has helped thousands of people to be diamond, platinum, and more than 40 FCs. This is the strength of Cradle. This is the Cradle phenomenon. Thanks to Aranon, 2 years of hard working to create such an environment for every one of us to learn. Thanks to all the FCs to be here to help us. Thank you, every one of us, every one of you. Thank you.